Hello! Okay, so this video is on how to put together a faucet sink. This is actually a kitchen faucet sink that I got on Wish. 35, 40 bucks, something like that. It was a great deal. So we're going to be putting this together and then we are going to be installing it. So I'm going to pause you guys and show you what came in the package and how to get all of that put together and then putting it into place and then installing it to the water line. And I've used this one before. It works really great considering it was 35, 40 bucks. And so, you know, it's a good product to use. Don't discount Wish whenever you're looking for things for your house because they do put out some decent products. And without further ado, I'm going to pause you guys. Oh, my disclaimer is my child likes to work with me. And my dog might bark or whine or get grumpy in the background or even just show up in the feed. So, and she's a mermaid. So I'm going to pause you guys and show you the faucet. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's just got the little cover on it. You open up the box and it has all these random instructions on how to put it together, but I already know how to do that because I've done this before with it. You have your actual faucet right here, and you also have this guy that's going to go in there. It's secured down, and your gaskets, and then your water lines. So I'm going to put you guys back up and I'm going to show you guys how to put all this together. Alright, first things first, we have our faucet. It actually goes in like this. Ignore my nails, we were under quarantine and my dog is barking in the background, just like I said she would. And so you're going to turn this into here. There's actually a spacer on this. I'm going to show you because I just had to take it back out. So if you look at it, it doesn't have threads right there. And so this is the side that's going to go into the sink. And then when it hits that space, like that, it's not going to go any further. So then we're going to take off this nut. All right, and there are two different gaskets. We have a big one and a little one. And the big one.
Mommy, it's for guys.
Yes. It's going to fit in there. And then this is now ready to, almost ready. Oop. We have an automatic light in our bathroom, and when I'm on the floor, it doesn't see us. Okay, so we do have to put our water lines in. If you look at the handle, some of these already have the water lines in, but you see that there's blue and there's red, and they're also nice enough to color code these lines. So this end is actually the end that is going to go into the faucet. So we're going to turn it upside down, and we are going to let it rest right there for a minute. Get some plumber's tape. And nicely apply the plumber's tape to the end of this. And then because it's such a small little piece, I do have to open it back up again. All right. And I am putting the plumber's tape in going right because we are going to be threading right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So referring to the blue side, which is right here, you guys are not going to be able to see this, but there are two holes that are in here. You can kind of see the other one. And so I'm putting the blue one into the side that would be for blue, threading him in.
I'm keeping the sink up.
And you're tightening it as tight as you can. I much prefer the sinks or the faucets that actually have this already done, just because it's kind of annoying. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with our red side. Whoop. And dropping it. All right, so we have our red side, which is for hot. and we are going to stick that into the hole that's in here. Again, sorry you guys can't see it, but you basically just stick it in there and then you start spinning it. And at some point it will grab. Spin it around.
I like the cold part.
Yes. First one was easy to get in there. The second one is getting stuck. Izzy, will you hold this right here?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. And this one is almost tight enough now. I'm just gonna wrench it down a little bit. There we go. And now it's tight. Okay. So we're going to pause you guys and get you set up over there so you can stick this into the hole for the faucet. Okay, so we're going to stick this into the hole for the faucet. It's right here. Making sure our gasket is all the way in there. And then Isabel, my lovely assistant, will you come over here and hold the faucet for me? And I'm going to pause you guys so you can see what happens on the other end. Okay, so I can't really see what you guys can see, but as of right now, you can see the gasket. So you're just going to thread the rubber gasket into these two pipes, and then you're going to do the same thing. Do the same thing for one for the hoses, and then you're going to thread the nut back onto the portion that's exposed. And considering the lack of visibility, there we go. Just spin it around. And my daughter is holding the top part. You can do this single-handed, but it's a pain. So if you have a small child, to use as a plumbing assistant, definitely be helpful. Alright, and then you're going to hand tighten that. And after you have hand tightened that, what you're going to do is you're going to get an adjustable crescent wrench and you're going to tighten that down. I'm going to get my adjustable crescent wrench. If you guys don't know what that is, you'll see it in a second. So I'm going to pause you guys, show you what the tool looks like, and then do that for it. Hello again. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what the awesome faucet looks like. It's installed from what we did earlier. It looks really good. And then I also have the different types of tools that you can use to get that nut where you want it to be. So I have pipe wrench. Use this. It's adjustable. Trying to use it one-handed because you guys are not on my jack stand. And then I also have this cool guy. He is like so cool. You guys just don't even know. He's kind of expensive, but he's an adjustable crescent wrench that actually will hold into place. So he's really, really cool. But you guys probably have just a regular crescent wrench, so or an adjustable crescent wrench. So I'm going to pause you guys, put you into play, and see which one of these guys is going to get this job done. We're going to start off with him, but I don't know if he can expand far enough, and then we will install the nut, and then we'll do the water lines, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so my crescent wrench is not large enough for what we need. I was showing you guys these earlier, the pipe wrench, and if I turn it over, hopefully without dropping it, you'll see that it will expand and get smaller depending on the size of the pipe that you're working with. So we are going to, I'm going to get my head sort of stuck in this cat box so I can reach to try to tighten this guy up. So my face is up against the basin of the sink, which is not ideal. And actually with this spacing, I might just have to do it by hand. But if you have the right spacing, sorry guys, if you have the right spacing, then you can tighten this up with a tool. I'm going to try one more time to see if I can catch an angle that will work. But because of the space, I just don't think it's going to. Nope. Okay. So I'm going to tighten the rest of this up by hand, which is what I'm doing right now. Getting a little bit of clearance. And that is now complete. So pause. Okay, so if you guys have a standard sink and you're trying to install it, you probably have pipes or hoses like this, which is what you would typically be using from whatever you previously had. Unfortunately, ours got donated with the pedestal sink that used to be in here. So, and we also wouldn't have been able to use them. They wouldn't have had the appropriate length. So I have a 20-inch 3/8 to 3/8 hose here. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attaching this to the water line right here. So this is going to get the plumber's tape, and I've actually disconnected all of my hose so you guys can actually see what's going on. So this is going to get plumber's tape around it, and then I will also be using a coupling 3/8 to 3/8, and these are actually male adapters. So if I open up the package, I can show you what the difference is there. And I will get you acquainted with a little bit of plumbing terminology. So this is a male to male end. Ignore my nails, we are in quarantine. So it's male because it can actually fit into the female, which is the open one. I know, a plumber that was a man thought of this. So the female end, which is this end that is open, goes with the male end, which goes inside of the female end. And they get wrenched down. And of course this will have the plumber's tape on both sides of the threads. And then it will actually be attached to our faucet here. If you had the correct size hose from something that was pre-existing, then you would just have one hose to your new one, or you know, if this was close enough to your water supply line, then you would just tap right into that. But we actually have to use an additional coupling in order to achieve that. So I'm going to pause you guys so I can do the Teflon tape, and I will probably save one just for you because I'm not sure on this video if you guys have seen the plumbing tape being applied just yet. Here's your instructional on how to apply plumber's tape. So I've already done one side. What you're going to do is you're going to push the plumber's tape onto the threads, which are the little spirals on this coupling, and you want to go to the right as if you were trying to screw this in, because that just makes it where the plumber's tape is more inclined to stay in proper position. And you just wrap it around. And what this does is once it's wrenched down, it creates a watertight seal. And plumber's tape, Teflon tape, whatever you want to call it, is actually pretty thin, and it just pops open like that. So then once you've applied your plumber's tape, I always go around it with my fingers to make sure that I can see those threads, and so it's nice, tidy, and it's not going to move around as I'm putting this in there. So you're getting paused again so I can do the rest of them, and then we will start applying or installing this. Okay, and we are back. So now what we're going to be doing, oh, thank you, Isabel. So thinking about it, I'm actually only going to be doing the hot water with you guys, because this side, unless you're trying to install a Magic Kitty box, this side is actually going to have an additional coupler right there that will supply the water for this now self-contained, or soon to be self-contained Magic Kitty box. So we have our coupler here that already has the plumbing tape on both sides. We're going to grab the hot water connection, which has red on it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's red.
I can see it.
Well, it's good that you can see it. And so we're going to thread this in. So just turning it. And this is where those awesome tools come into play. Izzy, my handy dandy assistant, will you come over here where the door is for the kitty box? So we're going to adjust our crescent wrench. which the way that you can adjust a crescent wrench is this little spiral. It goes, it gets smaller, or if you go the other direction, it gets larger. Isabel's currently a mermaid, so she is scooting around. And so we are going to adjust it to appropriate size so that it holds onto this. You are waiting for instructions, Izzy. And then since this is the locking one, it will now hold it. So Izzy, just hold this up right here. With 2 hands, please.
Okay.
And it needs to stay up like that. Stay up. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten my side right here. Hopefully be able to get it where it's just a swivel. And I am going to tighten it into place. And it's just turning the bottom one. Strong, strong.
Super duper strong because I've been sleeping.
Super duper strong because you had a nap.
Yes. Because every single time when I have a nap, I get super duper strong.
Well, that's good. Alright, so then we're twisting it around. Again, close spaces. It's not normally this difficult, but I'm working with pre-existing plumbing. This is why plumbers feel the need to make big bucks, because they are in confined spaces. So we're just going to keep tightening this up until it will not tighten anymore, and we are almost there.
And I just found out the strength, so what you can do is you can put your other hand and your first hand.
Alright, and then here's the fun magical part of plumbing is if you make a boo-boo, guess what it will do? It will leak. It will let you know that you made an error. So, we don't want any errors. Alright, so now that we've got that one in there, you're going to do the same thing with this connector, because like I said, that's a coupler. So this is...
So you do this.
Just put it down. So this is just a male one going into a female one. So we are hand tightening this one on. And then once we get to the tight point, which is right here, then Isabel will pick up this again. So Izzy, you will hold right there. Remember, 2 hands, hold it up high, like that. Good job. And then I will use mine,
My sunglasses never go away.
which now needs to be a little bit bigger because this piece is bigger than the other piece. Tighten it. And we turn it.
I don't turn it.
No, you don't turn it, but we as in me, as in I. And then I turn it some more.
And I hold it.
That one is almost tight enough. Giving Isabel a little thumb strength. So I do believe that Mommy is stronger than Izzy. Okay, let go, Izzy.
Yes,
Alright, so now we have...
Me.
Yes, your Mommy is stronger than you. Alright, so now this is the hot water. We have our hot water right here. We have our cold water over here. We are going to make sure we don't have any kitty litter pieces in there. And we are going to hand tighten here, because this is our water inlet. And then I do not need Isabel's assistance for this one. So I will hold the other side and we tighten. And again, not as much of an enclosed space.
And
so
Mommy,
this one is significantly easier to do.
Mommy, it's
Izzy?
okay if you don't need me, because I am strong if you don't need me, and I'm really, really strong if you do need me.
So one thing that you will notice that I'm doing is I'm actually making sure that, because this is PVC that's in the pipe, and I don't want that to break or bust or get injured or anything like that. So I'm actually holding this so I know that I'm not torquing the PVC around. And now it is tight. Okay, so I'm going to pause you guys so I can get the other side set up. It's exactly the same as doing this side. It's just instead of using the side that has the red stripes, which means hot, it has blue stripes, which means cold, and it will go over there. But like I said, I'm not going to show how to do this one because this is going to have an additional coupling here, which ends up including the cold water supply for the Magic Kitty box to do its thing. So I'm going to pause you guys. Once everything is hooked up, we'll do a water test, make sure that we are working, no leaks, everything's great, and then that'll be it.
Okay.
And we're back. So I went ahead and yes. So I went ahead and put the drain back in since I had that down so that you guys could see what I was doing. The Magic Kitty box now has its little end right here. Isabel's already tested the water. We are going to show it to you guys in a minute though.
Yes,
and then,
Isabel.
And then one thing I didn't go over that might be beneficial, I don't know the audience that will be watching this, but these are the valves to turn off the water. So we already were disconnected when we first started this. But this valve, if you turn it one way, it turns the water off. And if you turn it the other way, it turns the water on. So that's basically how that works. So now what we're going to do is Isabel's going to turn the water on.
Yeah. Can take it up here.
I'll stand up.
Okay, now what do I do?
Turn the water on.
Okay.
And we can see that everything is working. We don't have any leaks. The water pressure is working. Keep it on.
Okay.
And this is the new faucet, which is going to be super duper handy because it's super duper big. Sometimes we have to bathe our cats, and it's great for that kind of stuff. Turn the water up a little bit more.
Okay.
And like I said, it's great. So 35, all right, turn it off.
Okay.
So this was 35, 40 bucks on Wish, and it was great. So I will see you guys next time. Have a good day.